Alright, this is Calibos, and we are currently playing Project Ozone 3. So, I thought we'd go back a little bit and try to do what we can. So, the totemic capacitor. What do we need for the totemic capacitor? It requires the slice and splice, and totems and grains of vibrancy, and oh look, we have totems. I don't know if they're the right totems. Yes, they are. So let's go to the slice and splice. Actually, let's do this. Totemic, and that, and then kill that. And then we want to go to the slice and splice, which is here. And chuck that in. And let's see what it says we need for it. So we are missing only the grains of vibrancy. So what do we need for grains of vibrancy? Sag mill, vibrant crystals. And can we make vibrant crystals? Vibrant crystals. Yes, we can. So sag mill is over here, and it's going to be what? Blue. So let's go to our blue chest here. And now let's try to make this. Alright, totemic capacitor. Let's get rid of those. So let's try the melodic capacitor now. I wonder if we can actually make those. Molecular assembler, let's kind of roll down a little bit. See what we need. Ooh, apparently we can do all of it. I'm vaguely curious to see what kind of effect this has. So we'll come over to this. 323272 at 251. Oh, this one. 251. So it's a little bit slower, but it holds more power. Okay, fancy. I'm not sure I care, honestly. So, next on this thing, oh, we have to approve. We want the stellar capacitor. So, stellar capacitor. was weird. So let's see if we can crank out one of these. Looks like we need something. Shulker shells. Interesting. So what if we do... Fancy. Again, this may not have been a great choice for me. Oh my gosh. How did we get a shulker pearl? But we now have a mob imprisonment tool. So, technically, I guess we could just kill it. Alright, we got a shulker shell. Go us. But what we can do is we can put in a mob spawner if we need more. And that should be no difficulty for us. The difficulty is, I think, that they teleport. Why are we not doing this? Okay, so let's see, now that we've got this, let's toss that in the system. Let's see what the difference is for this one. So, 251323. Alright, I definitely like this better. That's fancy. How's our power here? Doesn't care. Doesn't care. Alright, so we'll leave that in there. So, we now have 2 shulker pearls. Care. But that's complete. So the dimensional transceiver and the flux infused jet plate. So I don't remember exactly what we were waiting on for the flux infused jet plate. But we were fairly close to it, I seem to recall. So, is it the thrusters? We've got the thrusters. Armor plating. Got the armor plating. The flux infused chest plate. What do we need for the flux? Okay, well that's a thing. So let's look at the armor and see where we are. Ooh, that's not what we want to do. So that's clearly not a thing. Dimensional transceiver. What do we need for dimensional transceiver? Can we just have it make one? What are we missing? We're missing the ender crystal. So what do we need to make an ender crystal? Soul binder, Enderman, and a vibrant crystal. So in that case, let's get a soul vial, which we have an empty one for some reason. And let's go to the hunting dimension. Seems like a fun and exciting plan. Because I bet we could get our hands on... Oh, hi, what are you doing in here? Yeah, that was fun. Okay, I'm not precisely sure what any of that was about, but sure, absolutely. So we need to go find an Enderman. Baby skeleton. Enderman. Here you go, Enderpants. Let's go. That is an evolved Enderman. That is not what we want. Would it work? Really surprised there aren't more Endermen here. There's one. You're a regular Enderman. Now you're a bottled Enderman. Let's mob imprisonment tool. Creeper, which let's go ahead and grab an Enderman too, so that we can respawn them later. There's one. There we go. At some point I'll actually, you know, set up a permanent spawner for that instead of doing what I have been doing, which is just kind of like making a temporary thing. But, you know. So yeah, somebody asked about this. I really do have a lot of these. I have no idea how many are here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 21. So there's... What is that? 41 in that area. So that should be enough to do most things. And all of my my actual... Oh, that weirded me out for a second. All of my actual growing is done here, very slowly, but it's done. Except for the redstone and diamonds, which I have 1,000 million of them. Soul binder. So we want this, and then we want a what's it called? The vibrant crystal. I think it's the vibrant crystal. I guess we'll find out. How about an ender tank? What color is this? So this is... Anybody know what color that is? Yellow, green, yellow. Wait. Didn't I have a yellow, green, yellow in the system? Yellow, green, yellow. Oh, we could just do that. Boom. Ender crystal. Boom. Go us. So now we can just tell it to make the dimensional transceiver. So these are cool. They're a lot more work than they used to be, I guess. And they're not really as helpful as they used to be. And I mean, we don't really need it. So, but they'll move items, fluids, and power across any distance in between dimensions. Just be aware that they're not super fast. You can send them to different channels and stuff like that, so they're very flexible as far as that goes. But if you have your AE system set up correctly, then it works just as well. Anyway, so that's that. So the only thing we have left is the flux-infused jet plate, which is waiting on some stuff, and the crystalline pink slime ingot. So we're going to be making this with that. And then we need to make the pink slime ingot. Oh, right, fluid sieving machine. Do we actually have any pink slimes in here? Pink. Oh, wait. Oh, so we had gotten to that stage already. Good to know. So we need that, and we need the sieving machine. Which we can do in here, molecular. So let's spawn our pink slime somewhere. Technically, I don't have to make a mess like that. I could simply have used a whatchamacallit. Let's look and see if pink slime is actually one of these things that we have. Mob essence. We have a little bit of pink slime. I just apparently am storing it here instead of, you know, where I need to be storing it. I have no idea where the thing is, so we're just gonna pick it up and... Hi. Perfect. Everything went according to plan. Let's do it again. And torch. So we have one for our, one for the thing that we're making. So I've looked at this sieving machine, and it looks like if you have the right setup, it will triple ores for you, which is pretty decent. You know, if you're not going into mechanism or mechanism isn't available. But it does require that you have a functioning farm of some sort, either cows or something, because you triple ores using liquid meat. So I have no idea how you guys feel about that, but that's what you do. Let's come on. Mob imprisonment tool. Do I not have gas essence? Yeah, I totally do. Alright, pink slime. So now we can just go ahead and make pink slimes whenever we want. Would that be fun? Alright. So last but not least, we need... I'm not carrying 5 buckets of lava. We need another bucket. I don't need 64, probably. We'll chuck a couple of these in here. So the fluid sieving machine is how you make the pink slime ingots. So we can just slap this down somewhere. I'm not actually very interested in attaching it to the system. I don't think that it's very useful. So we do that, and then we just go ahead and take an iron ingot. Iron ingot. If somebody wants to see how it's done, as far as, is it just the one, right? As far as pink slime, is, oh, it's 2,000? Alright, that's a good thing I got extra buckets in here then. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Go. And this stuff makes a giant mess. Pink slime ingot. So now we can chuck that in there and go for that. And that gives us our pink slime ingot. Which is fascinating because it must be a crossover between industrial foregoing and What are we not waiting on? Grains of pisality. Weird. Pink. So it should just be this, right? I have no idea why the system was unable to manage that. But it's done, and with the exception of the flux-infused jet plate, we have finished all of this page. We just need to make the rancher and the planter, and we'll finish this, and then we can work our way through that. We can do that on another episode. I still need to set up this stuff. It's going to be a little bit of work. It's not going to be hard, but it is going to need to be done. So I pretty much kept going all the way up to the Dreadium Samurai armor, which is this stuff, which is kind of cool looking, I guess. It's not really all that much better than any of the rest of it, but it is what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Hope you guys liked the episode. If you did, leave me a like. If you didn't, don't. Questions, comments, concerns can all go below. You folks have a great night.